100 lifetimes passed. A dwarven kingdom was ruled by a cult of corrupt elders known as the Diadem. They lorded over the valley between two mountain ranges called the Upper and Lower Riles. This wound in the soil became known by the people as the Crag. Insulted by death, the Diadem toyed with magic of the soul and cursed themselves and their nation into eternal unlife. Incited by the gods' inaction, an archfey of winter rose to end the blight and covered the crag and its horde in an eternal sheet of ice. Centuries later, new life has found its way to this frozen wasteland. The humans first, carving holes in the ice river Tormag and fishing its depths. The halflings felt the new and powerful natural magics and settled in the hills. The dragonkin and orcs fled their persecutions and waged war in the frozen wastes. Finally, the gnomes found silver in the Upper Isles and began trade between all the races of the crag with coins shaped like a beating heart. For this reason, all those who share that eternal winter have become known as the Crag-Hearted. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Crag. We have taken a few days off. It's been kind of a lot, actually. It's been a lot. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have happened personally and collectively, and we are just really excited to hop back in. Glad everybody had good holidays, got good time to meet and see each other. But we are kind of ready to dive back in. We kind of left on quite a big cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see how our guys get themselves out of the next one. I'm gonna just start. My name is DM Cheshirecat Apelles. I'll be your DM for this fantastic adventure we're gonna have today. I want everybody to just again describe your character and just say your name, what your character's like, and what they're thinking about right now as we begin to start things off. Let's start with Hog.
Hello, I'm Trevor. I'm playing Hogram in this game, and Hogram is a tall,
Up, your sound went out. It's a little better. Oh, I knew it. As soon as I was like, all of our things are going well, and we can just start. As soon as I said that.
And my Audacity is recording,
There we go, you're
but
back.
you guys can hear me. I'm just going to keep talking a little bit. Yeah, Hogram is wearing lots of bones used from gathered from the kills of whales as he comes from a whaling town, and he's here in this dark place on a mission with.
And it cut out again.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Can anyone else hear Trevor? Does everybody else hear Trevor, or is that just me?
Right.
Yeah, he's very faint.
How about now? Is this better?
There we
You're
go.
good now. Yeah, it's like it's fading in and it faded back out and it will fade back
Okay,
in.
and
when you said
this
that.
is bad.
That's
This
good.
is good.
This is good.
Yeah.
Okay. I am kissing my mic, so I will stay here.
Okay. I mean, what you do between you and your microphone, Trevor, are
Mm-hmm.
it's up to you.
Well, I'll get here. And sorry for the delayed intro, but I guess we'll move on to the next person.
All right.
Yeah, you heard that. No.
I think so. I think you were saying just head on to the next one.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, cool. Um, we're gonna actually head over to Brom.
All right. My name is Kyle. I'm playing Brom. Brom is most easily described as about a 6.5 foot tall, 275 pound of Icelandic descent human male. Um, very large. He has winter clothing, is what we ended up purchasing. Traded in some wolf hides. And he is most notably known for his large bronze shield.
Excellent. That he is brandishing at the moment. Let's head over to Milo.
My name's Raymond. I play Milo. He is a what, 3'5", relatively tall for a halfling. He's a halfling though. Um, Bluish gray skin. So a tan skin. Forgive me, with bluish gray cracklings through his skin. Random places look like little blue electric bolts. Currently, he is in oh shit mode because he knows what that smoke was that just randomly happened to pop out of the skull of the stone's mouth, and he realizes he's right next to the two strongest individuals in his group. This could be very dangerous for him.
Yeah, it really could be. And Vaga.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm playing Vaga today. Vaga is an elf. He's currently wearing this sort of like white um, wolves, like winter clothes. Um, he stands about like 5'9". He's got this dark chestnut skin tone with like these like brilliant golden eyes. He currently has um, like this dark sort of eyeshadow around his eyes um, that are sort of like they seem like they're extending beyond his eyes because he is so exhausted from running, like just from the harrowing journey. Um, he is like tired from the fights that happened last game, and now he's got to get back into it, and he's just like holding on to um, his medallion and just praying to his god and gets out of this.
Definitely. And that is where we will start. I am going to do the recap for today because a lot of things have happened to our adventurers over a while, and it's been a while since we have played together, so I want to make sure to cover a lot of things that have happened already, just to remind everybody where everyone is and to jump into today's game. Our adventurers met because there was a mission given to our pal Hogrum, and it was given to Hog by a basically a cleric of one of the towns up to the north, one of the human towns. The cleric is an orc and of orcish descent, and has a mission that was given to him by the light of the what is it called, the order. What is the order called again, Hog?
The marching order.
No, the order. Your order, your good order.
Oh, it's called the Lumostat.
Excellent, the Lumostat. And what is the name of the person who gave you this mission?
Um, Hog definitely knows that.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
Trevor has not read that name in 6 weeks, so if I might break the fourth wall for a second, I can.
I'm using this as a recap for all of us, just because I also need to remember these things.
This is fine.
Um,
Tresgar.
that's it. Tresgar. That is his name.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
You are correct. So Tresgar is the one who gave Hog this mission originally, stating that he had found an axe that had been in the Upper Riles, this mountain range to the north of the crag, and they were trying to locate a some sort of treasure hoard or something that seemed to have been full of ancient dwarven metal. Metal is very rare in the crag, and so a stockpile of metal would be incredibly useful to whatever tribe in the crag found it, and they wanted to make sure that the balance of power between the tribes remained equal. So they didn't want this hoard of metal getting into the wrong hands, and there was also this kind of Olympics style celebration that was due to happen very soon, that was meant to bring all of the members of the crag together as a celebration of their old warriors and kind of give the old warriors a place to still show their martial prowess in a constructive manner so that everybody together could look past the wars of the past and begin to build a new future as the Day of Death is approaching its second anniversary. The Day of Death is the day of which the gnomes actually had coordinated an assassination amongst most of the powerful groups in all of the crag. It was a coordinated assassination of many old members that were kind of holding on to the old ways, and because most of the next generation was fine. Like most of the next generation did not want to fight, did not want to engage in wars, and the old generation did. But many of them perished in a single night with a silver-made poison that prevents a body from being resurrected. And so it was a real final death for many orcs, humans, dragonkin, as well as gnomes. Everyone on the Day of Death had suffered losses, but it is something that the Crag is attempting to use to unite everyone at this next martial celebration that is due to happen quite soon. The humans, ever wary of their orcish counterparts, sent our friend Brahm along with Hog to make sure that the orcs did not keep all of this treasure to themselves, but also to take advantage of this treasure if it was found. The two found their way to a small town called Almanac, and was a town in which Vaga had been serving as like an impromptu doctor. Vaga has had some relations with the Lumistat in the past, and they wanted to use his knowledge of history in order to find any more information that they could about this axe and what it led to. That actually led to them getting in touch with Milo, who is a servant of Mesor, and Mesor was an archfey that actually originally cursed the entire land to its frozen state due to the ancient dwarves dabbling in necromancy and their accidental parting of the demonic veil and allowing Orcus, the demon prince of undeath, to peer into the mortal plane. That ignited their adventure. They all went off together to find this vault that they discovered was held by an old dwarven lord, a former member of the Diadem that ruled the dwarven society, that seemed to have given up the ways of lichdom in exchange for peace, and kind of made a vault somewhere, and they haven't really found out why or what is in this vault, but they have, through a series of many adventures and journeys, found their way to it. We cannot forget that Miss Calatrax is hot on you all's trail, a white dragonborn who is just terribly evil, and you all have discovered that she did play a part in the death of Brahm's brother, and she is hunting the vault as well. She has been known to be a dabbler in the necromantic arts and really, really, really wants to find what is inside of this vault and is murdering people along the way to get the answers she needs. She's hot on our adventurer's trail. They got the blessing of Tresgar as they passed through one of the cities who met up and was informed about what was happening. And you got some funding as well as some more information, and you have all found your way to the vault. There have been several trials inside of the vault that they have discovered was warned by the inscriptions on the axe, and they were able to figure out a couple of the puzzles before they killed him. And they are at this statue in the center of the vault. One side has Masor holding a book, and the other has Orcus, who is losing a fight with Masor. However, they discovered that there were runes inside of the book, but the runes were written in Halfling. And the only one here that can read Halfling is Milo. I think Vaga can as well, but the runes in the book were written in a language they could not identify, so they were trying to get Milo up onto the statue, but Milo recently had taken the axe from Hog just to kind of share the burden temporarily to show that they were a team and that Hog did not have to have the weight of this axe on himself alone. However, the weight of the axe is deep inside of Milo's bones at this point, and it was difficult to get him onto the statue to read the inscription. But while they were attempting to do so, the statue of Orcus breathed out a red mist. And, if I recall correctly, Milo succeeded on his Constitution saving throw, while Braum and Hog did not. Vaga was thankfully out of range, but also out of spells. This is where our adventurers find themselves, and before anything else, I would like everyone to please click on their characters and roll initiative.
Click roll.
Seems like we made a big uh-oh.
Maybe,
Also,
maybe
can you guys
not.
hear me okay now?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Cool.
DM, how high up would you have ventured that I was able to get with the both of them trying to push me up there? Like, how
You
close am I to either scrambling onto the shoulder or onto the arm of the statue?
you were close, but I remember they were trying to get you up there. The DC is 15, but you all just had some bad luck last time.
Okay. So would it be a full movement? Do you think if I were to try to get up there to read it, or would it be like a half?
It's an
Before
action.
it'd be the whole action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it wouldn't be movement. It wouldn't be movement to do that.
Nah, because you
Okay,
gotta climb. And everything in the vault is made of steel. It is not easy to climb.
gotcha.
So, yeah, no. And I am not rolling for a villain in this one. Brom, you actually get first in initiative with a 23.
Yes.
You got a nat 20 on your initiative order. Um,
Huzzah!
but as you breathed in that red mist and began coughing vehemently, the rest of you see Brom basically drop Milo and fall to the ground, and you see his skin becomes pallid and pale, and you can see that he is coughing out this thick black substance. Um, Brom, you spend your turn this turn changing. Hog,
Okay.
your turn is next. You also fall onto the ground with this pallid texture invading your flesh as well, and you too are incapacitated for this round. Milo, it is your
Well,
turn. You see both of your friends on the ground. You see the book above you. You see the statue to the right and left of you. What would you like to do?
I am scrambling to my feet and trying, because I know what it is, to climb up to get to that book. Because I'm pretty sure the only thing that's going to save us is being able to read or figure out what's in that book, if I can.
Sure. Give me an athletics check.
So,
Box of doom for this one.
bruh. 11.
11. You begin to climb, but you believe you will have to climb again on your next turn in order to actually make it up there.
Okay.
Vaga, it is your turn. You see them on the ground, you see them convulsing, and you have heard the stories that Milo has told you of this red mist. What would you like to do?
That's right. Um, so how like tall is the book? Because I checked my character sheet. I can Halfling is one of the languages I know. Um,
Hmm.
so like I'm 5'9". Am I tall enough to read it?
No, you would still have to climb.
Hmm. Would not
But you
be
can
able.
attempt to climb if you'd like.
I could, but I also get disadvantage on those kinds of rolls because I am exhausted.
You are. You could hold a help
Okay.
action.
Um, is an object interaction, does that count as an action or is it like a movement thing?
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to like force feed. So I have a blood flow potion, which sort of gives like advantage to con saves and things like that. I
Hmm.
was gonna like force feed either Braum or Hog this potion, then sort of get ready to help Milo.
You'd have to do one or the other.
Okay. Um, I'm just kind of Vaga. Like he knows that he's gonna have a hard time climbing up there, so he just runs over to Braum, force feeds this blood flow potion, just hoping that it gives him like the strength to fight back.
Certainly.
You
You
said you gave that to Brahm?
administer that potion to Brahm. Hmm.
Because I don't like. I'm furiously looking through my paladin spells, and I don't know if like turn the unholy can like work against something inside me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
You pour this potion. You kind of force it down his throat. There's this thick black, like not black, but like purplish, almost like rotting meat kind of thick substance that Brahm is coughing out of his body already. And you kind of clear the passageway and you try to pour this liquid down his throat. It seems to go down without issue, but we will see what happens next. Because right now it is Brahm's turn. I will say, because of this action that he has done, Brahm, you begin to just feel really, really hungry. Like, incredibly hungry. And you look around you and you just see these walking sacks of meat that are nearby. And you look
Does that mean
up.
Brahm is no longer vegan? Damn,
I mean, not
dude,
anymore, no. He
that's
lost it,
rough.
man. It's rough. But you look up, and um, I will say, because of this potion in your gullet at the moment, give me another Constitution saving throw, but you get a +1. You do not get advantage, but you do get a +1.
okay.
I'm going to do. Let's see here. Um, you do not fight off the urge.
What I get?
You got an 11, which is low on the
So
die.
12
It's an
overall.
8 on the die, so 12 total. Um, Vaga is right in front of you at the moment, and you try to bite him.
Okay. Nom nom, little tasty.
But you only roll a 12.
Does
So
not hit.
you do not get Vaga with your teeth as you wake up there. Hog?
I really just envision that taking place as like he like pours that down my throat, and as his hand's still above me, I just like, ow,
Ah,
kind of like a little puppy would like kind of bite after your finger, like I envision that's what I just did to him.
yeah. But thankfully, he pulls his fingers back and does not get bitten. Hog, you see Vaga, and Milo, I think you're a little bit over here. So you're not right next to everyone at the moment. You're trying to climb up onto that statue. So Hog, you actually turn and look at Vaga as well, and you attempt to tackle him to the ground.
Fish
Um,
are friends, not
Oh,
food.
Friends are food,
Can
not
I?
fish.
Sounds
So
like
before that happens, can I use my reaction to do warding flame to put
mm,
that attack at disadvantage?
I don't think if a grapple check counts as an attack, but I will allow it. I don't see why avoiding flame would not prevent someone from grappling you just as much as they would try to if they were attacking you. So go ahead, Brom. No, not Brom. Hog. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage. And Vaga,
yay
you
for
give me an
disadvantage.
athletics check with disadvantage.
It was all a trick to make us happy about disadvantage for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All
You
right.
said athletics, right? Boop. Wow. God. Wait,
Jesus Christ.
dude, that was with disadvantage. I rolled
Oh
a 23 and a 24.
no! Well,
That's
Oh,
some
23 and a
bullshit.
24 to 13.
right
13 is
now.
not
Let's
even
Wow.
bad, but you do tackle Vaga to the ground, and Vaga, you are grappled on the ground
Earlier,
underneath this very
I said
large,
if we want to make
muscular
our
orc.
roles better, we gotta like change ourselves to villains narratively,
huh.
See?
and that makes our roles better.
Works just fine.
Crazy,
Um,
dude.
oof.
Overpowered. Please nerf.
Milo, it is your turn.
I'm still going up. I'm looking at everything, and there's like nothing I can do
Milo,
right now.
think bad things.
climb
Think
faster,
villainous
little.
things.
So I'm gonna try to like do some acrobatic stuff and like flip myself around onto the top of the hand if I
How
can.
about that?
You
That
think you
sounds
would have
easy.
to jump off of the Orcus statue and back onto this one if you want to do that. To try to
I thought
use
we were originally
acrobatics
climbing up
instead of
there.
athletics. Is that what you're trying to do?
I thought we were originally we were never on Orcus's statue.
I
We were
know.
trying to climb up the other ones. How'd I get on
Yes.
Orcus?
I'm saying if you want to use acrobatics instead of
Oh,
athletics,
got you.
you'd have to flip off the Orcus statue onto it. You see a path that would let you do it, but that's what you would have to do. Do you want to try it, or do
All
you
right,
want to
yeah,
do
yeah.
athletics?
Do an evil
I'm
backflip.
gonna do acrobatics because my athletics sucks.
He's
Okay.
abandoning me,
Like
so
I've
that's
got
evil. So it's gonna be a good roll.
there we go. Exactly.
Give it a
So I'll go for
try.
the acrobatic route off Orcus.
Nat 20 it is.
Wow.
6.
Nope. You flip up and you just kind of slip on the knee and fall down. Um, you see also, yeah, it's almost round three. You see that that mist is beginning to come out of Orcus's mouth again. You think you'll have one more turn before that mist will spray out again. Um, Vaga, you are underneath this very large and very sickly looking half orc, and there's like this thick rotted flesh that is falling out of his mouth onto you as he is pinning you down.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
Jesus. There's there's so little that I can do right now, especially since I'm grappled. Um, if I do Sacred Flame on him, is that gonna hit me too?
um I think you can do it so it would hit him and not you.
All right, yeah. Oh shoot. My athletics is already worse than Hog's, and I'm at disadvantage. I can't force disadvantage on him again. I
I mean,
think it's really my only option.
sure. You fire off a
Light him
sacred
up.
flame. Hog, give me a
An
deck
athletics
save.
roll is really kind of my only option here.
That or a
I
sacred
just
flame.
I don't know what it like. I don't
Would
like
a
kill
sacred
him.
flame be so sacred as to make our evil badness
There's
Yeah.
be
only
less
one way to
bad?
find out.
All right,
Light him up.
then we're doing it. I'm just like off me.
Get it off
Okay.
me.
Hog, give
So
me
you
a
need to make a
deck
DC
save.
12 deck save.
Unass me.
And Hog, are you at disadvantage for anything?
DC 12 for what now?
Deck
Dexterity
save.
saving
And
throw.
no, he's
Dexterity.
not.
Yeah, boy. Fail that shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you take 8 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, fuck
Okay.
you.
And you still up?
Yeah, I'm still up.
Okay. Brahm, you attempt a shove action on Vaga to knock Vaga prone. Because, zombies.
Aw.
Is there a reason I'm
Vaga,
not?
give me a. I think actually. No, it's opposed athletics again. Give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
It's another 8.
Wait, in theory, I should also be at disadvantage, though, because I have 1 point of exhaustion as well.
Okay.
So make sure I'm at disadvantage to hit him.
Does double
At a
disadvantage equal like
disadvantage.
normal? Or?
That's nope. It didn't do the disadvantage. It did just a normal roll. I'm gonna roll it a second time. That's still higher than an 8. With a 10 total, you push Vaga to the ground. Vaga, you are now prone and grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So he pushed Hog and me.
no, he just pushed you,
Aren't I on top of him? Like, how would he only push someone under me?
but I mean, I feel like Hog would go with him because
Yeah.
he's feral in mind. So yes, they are
Or would
together.
break the grapple.
Nope.
Right.
So Vaga is prone while Hog is on top of him. And it is Hog's turn. Hog, you are going to try to bite him.
Wait,
and
I'm
if it,
curious.
Wait,
I'm
so
curious. Wait, I'm curious what just happened because I like the image is like I'm like Hog is on top of Vaga
Well, you did
and
not prone him, you grappled him. So that is just you
right
grabbing onto him.
grappling is just grabbing onto him, right? And I'm still
Yes.
the
over him, right?
And so when I think it makes sense when Hog when Brahm pushed Vaga over, Hog you went with Vaga to the ground. So now it is Vaga and Hog prone.
Okay.
I have like one
Interesting.
sort of input DM.
Mm-hmm.
The blood flow potion gives that +1 to checks and saves for an hour.
Yup.
So I don't know if he's gonna make continual checks or not.
Nah.
But he gets that +1.
He will
So
have
Okay.
it.
I've got a
He will have
question.
it for any saves that he does make, but there are no saves at the
Okay.
moment.
All right.
You're totally right. It just sucks a lot. Hog, you are going to bite with advantage because your target is prone.
Is that just an unarmed
Oh wait,
attack?
no, I'm sorry. That's not me. That is just a strength check with advantage. Just a flat strength. You're not proficient in biting people.
Okay. I will. Yay! It sucked.
Yeah, none of them hit.
Yeah, they didn't get through. You are fighting
Yeah.
them off on the ground.
Nice.
Uh,
It is Last of Us shit.
Milo, it is your turn.
So for placement setting,
Mhm.
looking at how they are on the map here,
Mhm.
would you say that Hog is on top of where Vaga is right now, or did they get pushed closer to me?
It'll be like this, to where they're in the same 5 foot
Right.
space.
And when he shoved them, though, which direction did they go?
He just shoved them down onto the ground, so they are right
Okay,
here.
so they're in the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Okay,
clarity's
so
sake, I will do this. But yeah, Hog is technically where Vaga is.
gotcha. So he's 10 feet away from me.
Mhm.
So you would say they're both technically would be 10 feet away from me.
Mhm.
Um, how far did I fall
You're
on that
still
trip?
right where you are.
Okay,
So
I
you're.
know something's about to happen.
Was the gas poison?
You mean like was it a poison?
How do you
Yeah,
look?
like what was it considered? I know you said it was a red gas. What is it considered?
It would be considered a curse.
Oh fuck.
Would I know? Like, have a general idea of where Vaga was as far as his health?
You would
Like,
know he's exhausted, tired, without spell slots, and looks like he got hurt earlier.
but like hurt a lot or hurt like a little?
Like you think he won't last a lot if he just stays there, but he also seems to be fighting them off quite well. They've not been
Pretty
able
well.
to bite him.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try one last time to climb again. Uh,
Sure. Acrobatics or athletics, either one.
I gotta go acrobatics again.
Okay.
Try it again. Are you shitting me?
That's a
5.
5. That's a 2 on the die.
Oh fuck.
You're
How? I'm -1 on my athletics and a 3 on my acrobatics. And,
your body feels a lot heavier than normal. And you making these movements is a lot worse than you would anticipate. It is rough going as your body just feels the weight of the axe on your back and you do not want to get rid of it, but you do still have your movement.
but you said I could get 5 of them.
You cannot climb them with your movement, but you could get out of the range of this thing.
Let me go. Yeah, because I'm here. I'm gonna come around to the back of it so that I wouldn't get. I'm not in the stream of smoke,
Sure.
so that way I hopefully to avoid as much as possible.
You back around the back and Vaga, it is your turn.
Yeah. Um, he's still on me. I'm I'm just yelling out, Milo! Milo! Whatever you're going to do, do it faster!
I'm trying. I'm
Um,
trying. Hold your breath.
this is like such a bad spot. Um,
I
I'm
will
just gonna
allow you
try.
to hold your breath, which is basically using your action to give yourself advantage on the next roll.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay. So you take a breath in, and basically you will just not have. Well, this is a saving throw, so you actually do get advantage. It's not a check, so you will actually have your advantage because the next turn is its turn, and it breathes out that mist again, and it fills this area. Let me just check. It is 15 feet.
So you want me to make that check?
Hold on. Yeah, it catches you. Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 17.
Yes,
Oh,
17.
17!
on the dot.
17! That is great. Holy crap. Yeah. So that mist comes over you and the rest of the two. The two, they don't need to make saves at all, but it flows out into the room, and you hold your breath and close your eyes, and you feel it wash over you, and you just feel a putrid energy. Like, this is antithetical to you by a lot. But it flows over you, and you feel it pass by. You breathe in once it's gone, and you see that red mist just lingering around on the ground and fading away into the hollowed ground here.
What the
Um,
heck?
but it does not affect you. However, Brahm, it is your go, and you are
Do I get to
going.
make another check?
No, you are going to try to bite Vaga
God damn
I'm
it!
curious.
Why am I an asshole?
Is there a reason he doesn't try to bite me?
because you are also a zombie.
But I don't know that.
You do know that.
Fuck.
Zombies don't eat zombies. We all know this.
That's
Zombies
some
don't eat
bullshit.
zombies. Come on, guys. You do have advantage on this because he is prone. That's a nat 20.
Fuck.
Hmm.
If I could just know that I didn't do this on purpose.
I tried to help you, my friend. You
So
tried
that's
Well,
to
I'm
going to
bite
trying to
me.
eat
be.
brains,
Oh, but
so.
you rolled really low, so it's just going to be 6 points of damage. As
Oh.
Brahm bites into Vaga's shoulder past his armor and hangs
Uh,
on there for a bit. Hog, you also try to bite Vaga. Go ahead and just give me another strength check with advantage.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay.
Six. So
And
bad.
gets an
Chomp, chomp,
8
miss, miss.
total. So he misses, but Vaga, you feel that bite into your shoulder, and it is sickening. It's not great. Milo, it is your turn.
I'm going back up.
Sure.
We're gonna do this again. It will happen. 16 on the
That's it.
acrobatic.
That is it. You manage to flip because now you're behind Orcus, the statue of Orcus, and you see there are some like grooves in the
Whoa, there's a
carvings of the
ladder here.
wing. Oh, there's a
Right.
That's
ladder. It's
crazy.
right. Oh, that's great. But you grab onto the wings, flip over, jump off the head of Orcus, and land on the arm on the statue. And you look down, and you see inside of the book some runes. And I want to just for a dramatic for a dramatic effect, I'm going to send them to you, and I want you to read out what it says.
That's weird. This is just the lyrics to the song "Zombie" by the Cranberries.
Which area would you be putting it in?
Okay,
My handouts?
I'm
Or...
sending it to your Facebook,
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
but it should not.
No,
It's
so
for
now
some reason it's
Zuckerberg
not
knows how
going
to
through.
cure zombieism.
There we go.
I got it. Vaga, hey Vaga, I can see it. Tell me if this makes sense to you. Water cleanses all, a vice that sins washed downstream. For those who peaked ice.
As you say that, you see from the book, it begins to like not glow, but become translucent, almost like an oil slick, and it has like that shimmery glow over it. But then a gush of water flows out of the book off down the statue into the room and fills the pews. You get kind of knocked off and you land on the ground, you're fine. But the water flows into the room, and as it does, both Hog and Brom like like fall over into the water, and you just see that dark stuff that they've been coughing up just get pulled out of their mouth as the water flows over them, and like the best neti pot in the world flows through and just pulls this black gunk out and straight down out the corridor, and you hear the doors open, the door
oh,
to the middle and the door to the outside, both of them open, and this black gunk is just pulled from the room and out of the chamber. Also, you see the statue itself shift, and behind the statue, you see the walls creak and open. And behind the statue, you see there is now a door that seems to lead to a third hallway.
As I stand up and I'm dusting my legs off, like trying to get the water wringing out clothes. I told you guys it was a third passageway. Remember from the act?
I have been like drowning in the water, and I come up.
as a very important side question, do the doors close?
They do not.
We got to fix that first, guys.
The water also seems to be continually flowing.
Milo, will you read that again? The part about the ice.
Water cleanses all, of vice. Their sins wash downstream for those who peaked ice. But remember on the X, it says, "May you enter the sleep of pathways 3." It's the third one. The Ida never blinks. The Golden Ridge. But most of all, till the end of time, beware the Giant's Bridge. We already know that part. Shall we rise to cold dark nights in the day? Lying Lichtum, not history. It just says, "May you enter the sleep of pathways 3. May glass be the window and metal the key." Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost. All I know is we got to go down this third hallway.
we must, we must descend today down this hallway.
What about the passage being open if they find us?
I will try to run back to the door and see if I like putting the axe against it will close it.
It does not close.
And the water's still flowing.
Hmm.
I think it's a timer, guys. We gotta go. We just gotta go. The axe isn't working on it, and we gotta go. Maybe we can close this one behind us. I don't know.
I guess we run forward.
Okay,
Fuck.
let's do
Is
this.
the water flowing down the passageway, or only out the front doors?
It is flowing. You would tell that the water is flowing out the front doors.
Just out the front doors.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like it's a barrier and not going. It's not going down the hallway that we're heading towards.
Yes, it is not going down the hallway you are headed towards. It looks like it's going out, away from you all.
So does that mean that the hallway that we just entered is on like a downward slope, or is this third hallway going up? Like, or is it just
I will show you all. Just a
the
moment.
platform of the
Google
statues?
is keeping it going that direction.
Yeah.
You all would see. It would look as though the way you are going in this third passageway looks like it is also going down. But the way that leads out of the room, out of the tomb, is also going down. Like
Okay.
this peak is going both ways. Like water could flow down both ways. But it only seems to be going this way. It only seems to be
Okay.
going towards the main door at the moment. You all
But
are on a new map. Go ahead and drag your tokens onto this map for me.
Would you put me in the very front of the group of fellows with my shield up?
I certainly can.
at least we will hear them coming. I say as I sort of splash around in the water.
I'm hoping it kills anything that comes in here. If it's possessed, it got rid of theirs. So why wouldn't it happen for them?
Hey, really fast. Does anybody have any electricity spells?
We have the axe that causes you to turn into Thor.
You know what? It sounds crazy, but we might use that later with this water.
I I completely agree.
As you all step past this threshold, you look behind you, and that door that led to this third secret passage closes. And it seals over with a sheet of ice.
Can I hear if there's water on the other side still?
Um, at this point, you can give me a perception check.
Oh, like
Okay. Please give me a perception check.
Certainly. You get a. Well, I guess it'll be the first roll because you're not rolling with disadvantage. No, you are rolling disadvantage. It's a 14. You do hear that water is still flowing on the other side.
Fuck. Okay.
Um,
does he let us? Do you let us know that, or is that something you keep it to yourself?
No, I'll tell you guys for sure.
We may want to watch out for that and hurry up because this is all going downhill. If those doors ever open and that room is filling up, if we don't find a way out of here, it's wraps.
Vaga, give me a religion check.
Is this a disadvantage as well?
Yes.
Really? That 20 and a 13. 13.
You hear a prince's voice. A prince that you recognize. And it seems to be coming from the chamber in front of you. It echoes down the hallway. And it you don't hear You hear it say, I think it would just say, be ready. It's time.
Um, is Prince's voice, is this a more recent voice I recognize?
Nah, very old voice you've not heard in a long, long time.
I'm a sort of Baga sort of grabs his medallion and he's like takes a moment to collect himself. He's hurt. Um, he's tired. He just sort of stops everyone's like worrying about everything behind us. I'm like, it's time to move forward. That this is the only way we can go. That the room is our past. We will face it again soon. Let us go. And it's sort of like I'm beckoning everyone to go.
I'll lead the way. Can I ready an action to shield bash if anything attacks me?
You
Or
can.
shield throw? Can I ready shield throw in case anybody attacks us as we enter
Yes,
the room?
you definitely can.
Would I have noticed the change in him, in his
Give me an
demeanor,
insight check.
insight? 16.
I would say yeah. I don't think he's trying to hide it, right?
Would I know what could have caused that in him? Just from our conversations.
You would have just seen that something that felt external to the situation at hand has just hit Vaga. I don't think you would know specifically, but it would
You could.
definitely feel like something has, because Vaga has been like tired, right? Tired, exhausted. He's out of spell slots, but a strong sense of determination comes over him, and he stands completely upright at this point. Something happened, but you're not entirely sure what.
Yeah, gotcha. I'll just like I'll
You
walk
could ask
over
him.
and I'll just tug on his cloak. I'm right here. We're gonna get through this, all of us.
We
And
will.
I just kind of nudge, like tilt my head, like tell him to go ahead and step forward because I have a feeling he'll know what we're coming across before anybody else will.
I so as we're I suppose as we're walking through, um, sort of like Milo, I told you a story of why I came up this way. I told you that it was for that I was exploring, that I had lost my family in a desert land. That's, it was not everything. I did not tell you what exactly I lost, why I lost it. I am here to redeem myself, or I sort of look at Hogrum. I say in Orcish, Kronos was bound to an obelisk that was close to my kingdom, in a land far from here. It was hot. Desert winds. And my foolishness, my shame. I unleashed his spirit back into this world. Up ahead, sort of point ahead. I am ready to redeem myself.
As you say, I released his spirit. All of you hear whispers echoing down the corridor in which you're standing. And it sounds like dozens of orcish people. You hear women laughing, screaming. You hear children playing. You hear men marching and shouting in battle. And just this echo of a thousand orcish voices bounce off the walls. Vaga, you hear just one voice. You are ready.
Can you guys hear me okay? Because Apelli's
I,
mute.
I, I
Right
had a
now,
hard time hearing Apelles.
Okay,
It's
I
all
thought
right.
it was me again. But
But no, you all hear a bunch of voices as he says I unleashed him. You hear a bunch of voices travel down this corridor towards you all, bounce off the wall of ice behind you, and then echo back into the chamber.
is that voice?
I mean, I guess we move forward, and I'll still stay on point with my shield throw at the ready.
so my question is, in that halfway through that conversation, he said he switched to Orcus right when he started talking about Kronos. I have no clue what he said. I just started hearing. I heard him start talking Orcish, and then I start hearing stuff come down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
And sounds like orcish.
Right, and it sounds like Orcish, right? So I'm like
I,
looking at him like, uh you
I,
want to explain
uh,
that to the rest of us?
I switch back to common.
And then
It is
repeat it.
my greatest shame. The reason I am here is to put Kronos back in Obelisk and seal him away so that no one can make the same mistake as me.
Just to clarify here, we're talking about like the god Kronos.
Kronos was the leader of the Orcish tribes, I think, right, Apelles?
Yes.
The
You
king
all
that was a lich.
remember a long time ago, after,
Oh,
but like after the Dragonborn were winning their war against the
right.
orcs.
He was Kronos was the guy who went up into the mountains, who came back,
Uh huh.
and like,
Oh,
oh fuck,
lich
that guy.
wars and stuff. Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
Yeah, Cronus is the name he took afterwards. It
Well,
is a
I guess this
declaration of
doesn't work
his
out for us. Does
immortality.
anybody have any potions?
Um, check.
Because you might want to take them.
Apelles, earlier when I was muted, I for an embarrassingly long time, and I kept talking and no one heard. I did want to make sure that I could prepare the spell protection from good and evil. Just for reactive.
Hold on. It said like I wanted to at least know, and then it cut out.
So I'm still cutting out.
Yeah, it's still it gets soft a little bit.
So it's but it's I'm not like turning into a robot. It's
No,
faded.
yeah, faded, and now you're back.
Now I'm okay. Just gonna really kiss the mic. I
Kiss
want
it.
to spell protection from good and evil.
Protection from good and evil.
You wanted to
That
know about that spell?
no, I wanted to prepare that.
Sure.
Prepare.
So is it still going out like volume wise?
Yeah, I think everybody's just kind of back and forth for some reason right now.
Um, I'm looking at Audacity, and it's got everything as normal. So my computer's getting the noise. Sound
Yeah,
waves are really giant.
it might be
It
the
might be.
connection, but
Yeah.
that's okay. Like I still understand for the most part. You're preparing protection from good and evil.
Yes. Just in case we run into something again, like you know, mist or something like that.
Certainly. Um, Brom, you are out in front. Hog is protecting good and evil. Milo, what are you doing?
I if anything moves, I'm just gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast.
Just ready in an Eldritch Blast. Sounds legit to me as well.
By the way, before anything giant happens, is it okay if I take a quick break, or we
You said before anything
Like
giant happens,
He
what?
asked if we could take a break.
Oh, just take a break and pee? Yeah, sure. Let's take 5 minutes. If anybody has any healing potions or things, now would also be the time to do that too. Um, but yeah, we'll take. It's 3:13 right now. Let's just jump back in at
I'm just the restroom,
3:20.
and I'll be back.
Sound
cool,
good?
Sounds
cool.
good.
Sure.
All right.
Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
I got a couple quick questions for you. Just looking at some stuff that I've got on me. Um, would need that need because it was like a secret need that you had told me. Need honey or gin have
Here, just text me.
okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Did you all hear me okay?
I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
Like when I
What's really weird is that this whole entire time I've never had any difficulty hearing any of you guys. I've checked all my mic settings, everything, but it's weird. Maybe there's like
It's
it could
yours
only be
and
internet. The fact
that
that
are
I hear
doing.
you guys fine is weird.
yeah, because I've only had that problem hearing you and sometimes Apelles.
Well, I feel like the problem with hearing me is not related to Apelles because you guys have had all had consistent problems hearing Apelles. Sorry, all had consistent problems hearing me. And Apelles so it must be like a setting.
Maybe.
Audacity.
Um,
Right?
so like right now, I can barely hear you. Kyle, is it easy for you to like mute yourself or not really?
I can mute myself. Just give me 1 second to unlock my phone with my fingerprint.
Okay, Trevor, can you talk now?
I'm talking now. Is it still kind of having trouble?
I mean, yeah, I can hear you clear. Like maybe sit back a little bit, like how you normally sit and talk.
Where I usually talk. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's like a quick switch though. It's weird.
So wait, is it less now? You can hear me less.
No,
Definitely
you're
less.
perfectly clear right now. Like
That's weird.
this entire last few seconds, you'll be perfectly clear. But you'll be talking, and I'm sure you're probably not moving. It just starts to trail off. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really. I
Yeah.
have a sliders on my mic. One slider is a slider for how much I hear versus how much I hear of everyone else versus how much I hear of what I'm saying myself. So I'm gonna slide it really quick. Tell me about it. Just gonna count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did it change at all?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing? Okay, well in that case, I don't know.
My guess is that because Kyle has just consistent noise from driving, that your two mics are just sort of competing for, I don't know, airtime, I guess. But I don't know anything about that.
Oh, and it's because he's mute. So wait. This entire time that I've been back for the past couple minutes, he's been muted. There's been no problems hearing.
Right.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that must be something with Discord then, because yeah, like again, every time you guys say you can't hear me, I check my internet. I see how a YouTube video. I check Reddit. I check Facebook or whatever. Everything's perfect.
Right.
Discord is my Audacity is perfect. So maybe I still don't know why that would happen, but I mean,
Yeah.
as long as we.
And that's like my only guess as to why, because your sound quality improved once he muted. I also don't want him to be like constantly having to like mess with his phone and maybe like.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, if there's another session after this one, which I'm totally down for, I feel like Kyle probably won't be driving that time.
I will not be.
Yeah. I mean, we made it past the zombified you all, so there is hope.
Barely.
Okay, look, there's a Cronus and an army of Bronze Knights ahead of us. I don't really think we should say we're behind.
Yeah, true. It just wouldn't. It may not be this one, is what I'm saying, though. You know, it might be the next one.
I see.
Yeah. I'm not saying death is gone. You know, just might not be today.
Death is never gone in the crowd.
The right.
Down the dark and not so silent corridor. You can see that there is a faint glowing of iridescent blue and purple light. stands at the bottom of the arc of this horn, and you see him grab it and seal it with a dozen other halflings. The box is then submerged into the river Tormag, and Mesor and Orcus watch. You make it to the end of this hallway, and you are met with a spherical, teardrop shaped room. Inside, there are 4 pillars, and at the tip of the teardrop, there is a pool of clear water. Floating in the center of that pool, you see there is almost a dais of some kind. And that dais has a rectangular box on top of it. Water
Similar to the one that was carved on the.
in Milo's dream, yes. And above that box, hovering with malevolence and terror, you see the ghost of an orcish king. He hovers there, staring with empty eyes at the lot of you, looking at the room. And in Orcish, he speaks out. My servant has done well. Thank you for coming. And he looks at Vaga, and then Milo, and then Brahm, and then his glare lingers at Hog.
Your servant.
Thank you.
What servant?
It is not me. It must have been Tresgar. Sort of, I turn to Milo, like, axe. I switched to common. Like, Milo, the axe.
Do I have any type of response since I'm the one attuned to the axe?
Kronos is standing there. If you would like to give the axe to Vaga, you would have to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't think I want to give it to him, but I'm just wondering, like, do I feel any type of pull from the axe to go towards the
No.
ghost?
Not at all.
No. Could I roll a some type of check to see if he lingered on Hog or on me more, since I have the axe currently?
The axe.
Right, I have it currently, or
While-
that he had it longer.
While Milo is holding the axe, his
Before you say
eyes
anything,
are
It also likes to
fixed
roll an insight.
on Hog.
Feeling that stare, I'd like to roll an insight as well.
Sure.
Okay, let me find my thing. Oh, it's a 15.
I would say
Wow.
always tell me before you all roll as well. Otherwise, it's a 6.
Sorry.
But
Was that okay? I thought I told you.
no, you're fine. But Milo tried to roll as well. But Kronos is looking at you happy, but you feel this weight of understanding. Milo had mentioned Mesor said to find 3 helpers. The forlorn, the forgotten, and the fooled.
All right, which one of us is the fooled?
I think that's you, buddy.
Fuck, goddamn, that cussing orcish. Look, Tarzan.
And I need you all to roll initiative.
Fellas, roll that shit up.
Hold on, let me clear the initiative order first.
Wait.
Okay.
I only had one spell action prepared.
Yep.
I just want to make sure.
I will say
Yeah,
before
give me the
anything
reading.
else happens, the prepared actions go off.
Okay. I'm curious. Do they necessarily go off? Because I'm sort of looking at like whether or not I really want it to go off, or whether I want to save a valuable spell slot.
I'm gonna say it goes off because
Okay.
when you set up a trigger, that's for whether or not you wanted to. That's the downside of doing it. You get to do it before combat starts, but you have to do the thing. So I'm going to say
Okay.
no. You do
I
cast.
did not specify who I wanted to put it on, but I guess if it's gonna go off, it'll probably go off on me, because I don't want to be a zombie again.
Sure. So you do cast protection from good and evil. Everyone else, please give me your initiative rolls in the chat.
Milo's a
And
9.
if you would like, go ahead and check the Discord for artwork.
Yeah, I saw that.
He looks nasty. That's great initiative. For appellees, I rolled a 5. For radio listeners, I rolled a nat 20 because I just want to look cool or sound cool.
Sure.
I rolled a 15.
Oh, nice. Rom got an 18.
Uh-oh, I heard like a sign-off sound. What happened?
Did someone sign off?
I
Brom's
think
gone.
Kyle
Yeah,
dropped out.
yeah.
Well, I know the first thing
Which is
that
great
he
'cause
wanted
he's
to
first.
do, though. We don't know that yet. Let's see if he is first.
Was that him that rolled the 18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got 18.
That you rolled for him, or?
Yeah, I rolled for him, but yeah, you got the 18.
Oh, sweet. I'm back.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'm back.
He's back.
Can you guys hear me?
We do.
Yeah, we
Alright,
can hear you
so-
fine. When you're online, we can hear you fine.
Sorry about that.
Very good.
Appreciate that joke, Trevor.
Wait, which one?
The one that you
I'm-
just made. Yeah, when you're
I'm
online,
working
we
at
can
like
hear you
a
fine.
joke every 10 seconds. I don't know which one.
When you're online, we can hear you fine.
It wasn't a joke. I mean, it was more of a, just to be clear.
Did I miss
There you go.
anything important?
No,
You
we're
got
still
really
going
high
through.
initiative.
You got the highest one so far, it looks like.
So that's fine. I'm also about to throw a shield before anything else happens too. So
There you go.
It's very true.
Just Captain America, your shield at the ghost.
Yep.
I sure should do.
July 5th. You just missed the perfect Captain America moment.
It's a great time for it. But let's see first. I did not expect you all to. Oop. I never expect anything anymore.
Oh, you didn't expect us to what?
Weird, because I learned that same lesson.
Oh, nice. My cat is scared.
Scared. Orchestrating.
So, before anything else,
Because there's no way he can sit perfectly in that pool in the center.
unless he could like float or something, I don't know.
He's got to sit to like one side.
Question.
I've betrayed my own OCD by commenting on that. So anyway, please continue.
You're fine. You said there was a box or something that he was hovering over.
Mm-hmm.
Is it from where we're standing? Does it look like it's something that's down to the base of the pool, or is it literally floating in there?
It looks like it is in like a capsule almost, as water seems to be flowing in and around it. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'll let you do that.
Okay. 21.
Oppose, did you just have me attack?
Yes, I'm having you attack at the moment. Oh, you get a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Well done. My investigation was
So-
21.
21. You can see, as you're looking at this, you see there are several holes in the box, and based on the imagery and the words from before, you are betting that this pool is directly connected to the River Tormog. And you feel as though this water is purifying whatever is in this box. And has been doing so for a very, very, very long time. Meanwhile, Brahm immediately throws the shield at this creature. It phases through, and you see that he's still, you see that it still winces as the shield goes through, but it still passes through him without as much impact as it normally would have had, but you do 10 points of damage.
Okay.
But it is now your turn first.
Can I quickly do a check? So, does the box look breakable?
It's kind of covered in water at the moment. It would be difficult to tell. It is like in this pod of water that is flowing in and around it, so you're not entirely sure.
Quick question. With my investigation, and are we doing all of our actions that we had held before he attacks? Or
Yes, so I guess your Eldritch Blast goes off as well. Go ahead and give me that too.
And then my other question is, I would let them know what I saw, the other thing with that.
Sure.
And let's see, Eldritch Blast is a 19.
That hits. Give me damage.
And that's a 3 for damage.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna yell out as with part of that investigation. I think that's the Horn of Orcus. We might not want to destroy that.
Okay.
Oh.
But Brahm, it is your turn. You see that Eldritch Blast hit the ghost, and unlike your shield that kind of went through it and it winced, it lands and impacts the ghost a lot heavily, and you see Kronos stare at Milo.
Firebolt.
Okay.
Wait, I lied. First, I want bonus action. I want my shield back, and then
Sure.
firebolt.
So the shield reappears in your hand, and then your other hand reaches out and fires at the creature.
Fucking awesome shield.
Right though.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want a
hits.
limbo knot that's basically an Avenger.
Firebolt does hit the creature. Yeah. And does 10 points of fire damage.
Fuck yeah! Let's go!
And the
Oh,
fire
man.
blasts around Kronos, and you hear him. And now his ire is like focused at you again, Brom.
That checks out. So how much damage did Milo do with his
3.
held action? So far this guy's already taken 23 points of damage,
Yep.
and in theory one person's gone.
Yeah.
But it is now its turn.
Oh, fuck that.
The music got real for a second.
As it
It really-
sits there, it looks out at all of you all, and you see the haunting of Kronos. You see dozens of orcish spirits pull themselves out of Kronos, and they begin to fill the room. And there are dozens and dozens of them that scream and cry and laugh and wail in this unending cacophony of sound and noise and death. And Vaga, you see Kronos reach inside himself and pull out one elvish spirit. This one tried first. Vengeance. Atonement. And he failed. Like you will fail. And I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, is that the
Apelles,
plus
just to
one
check,
for my blood
does-
potion?
Could you
Sorry,
read
how-
to me
how
protection
go
from good and evil?
I do have protection from good and evil on myself, yeah.
Could you read that to me?
Oh, yeah. Until the spell ends, one creature you touch, that's me, protection, is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Awesome. Then you automatically succeed.
Well, I had the nat 1.
You do have
Oh.
a nat 1. Vaga gets.
Oh, wait, Milo, you're a halfling.
You are a halfling.
Oh,
Halfling
I am.
luck says you can
I get
Yeah,
to
roll
roll
nat
that.
ones.
Yes. Thank you for that reminder. 19.
Oh, bruh.
Clutch.
Bruh.
Vaga.
And Brom, your wisdom saving throw.
19.
And I have the advantage or the plus one from the blood potion, right?
That is on Constitution, not Wisdom, but you get a 14. As
okay.
this room fills with undead specters of hell and the grave, and Milo and Vaga are kind of in the back still watching, and Vaga, you lock eyes with the corpse, the ghostly figure of the Elven Prince. You see that his figure is beaten, like he was physically beaten to death. And his eyes lock with yours and says, "It's all right. You will win." And none of you have failed. You have all succeeded, and you, as a group, stand strong against the ghosts of the Orcish King Kronos.
Fuck Yeah, we do.
Achievement unlocked.
Right.
Vaga, it is your turn.
I imagine that looking very similar to like Return of the King kind of a thing in Lord of the Rings, where like there's the one big ghost and there's all the little heads like flying and
Yeah.
killing things.
Yeah.
Sebek.
Can you check your Facebook messages?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the ghost of Sebek Ku. Like, Sebek, I will avenge you. And I will earn my name back. I sort of have my medallion out. Now, DM, this whole quest I've been asking about, I've been trying to find out more about the ritual to seal that sealed Kronos in the obelisk. And it turns out all we needed was like the focus.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Give me a religion check.
is this still a disadvantage because I'm tired?
It is.
I'm sorry. Are you tired at 4 in the afternoon?
That's a 7.
You are not really sure what to do, but you know that you have the tool to do it based on your research.
Okay.
What would you like to try?
I think first, I guess for this turn, I'm going to Sacred Flame him. And my idea is that if we get his ghost like weak, and I just sort of coat him in like the flames of my god, that will somehow enable my focus to latch on to what the flames are covering.
Sure.
So I'm gonna Sacred Flame for my turn.
Okay. He's gonna do a dex save. He does not have advantage, but the first one is sufficient. So he does not take the damage, but the fire explodes out around him, and he stands
Okay.
in the midst of it. Do you move?
No, I'm staying put.
Okay.
Standing strong.
From my understanding on just like how everybody is, are we all kind of like lined up? Am I like at the point of a wedge with people kind of flanking me? What does our setup look like?
Visually, you are standing in front. However, it looks as though Hogrum is standing by your side, and Milo and Vaga are behind you as you two are taking
So we're
point.
all within like a 5, like in theory, they're in the 5-foot spots behind Hog and I.
Milo is in a 10-foot away. Vaga is 5 foot. He's right behind.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Milo, it is your turn.
I'm going to walk up right behind Hogrum, so that way, for Kyle, we're all in like a 4 square right now.
Okay. I like 4 square.
So just so you know, I'm gonna tap Hog on the side and say, "Are you against me unleashing this thing?"
Which the way?
And I tap the axe. I just pat the axe.
Oh yeah, no go. I think Hog no go before I do.
And I unwrap the axe and try to tap into it.
Okay. I need hog. Man, this is tough. Um,
Oh yes, it's tough for someone other than us for
no, it's for you all. I need hog to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Well, before I do it, I'm gonna step in front of everybody. I still have a little bit of movement.
Oh, you're saying that's because he's behind me?
Because I walked up to tap him, and then
Yep.
I wanted to go right in front because I don't have much. I don't have much space, but I want to go right in front of him.
I'm gonna say you thought of that after I said that the hog take a dexterity
Well,
saving
no, I
throw.
wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it behind everybody, but okay, I can respect it.
I feel
I'm
like we
just
gotta.
I would have done that in the middle of everybody. Like I was step around him. Like it's kind of like I
Hog,
stopped
give
there.
me
If he had
his
said no, I
dexterity
wasn't
saving
gonna move.
throw.
I
Because
feel
if
like.
he said no, I wasn't gonna move.
I feel like placement is not something that we would have thought of after it was clarified. I think placement is something that the character would have known first. Like he's not just gonna make an action in his character mind of like I'm a slash with this my friend in front of me.
No, I don't think he would have slashed with his friend in front of him. I think he would have tried to touch that axe. But while
Probably
he
would
was
have grabbed
still
it and
behind
walked
you,
around him. Yeah, that definitely is true.
yeah,
I would have reached.
he would have because
fast.
he's asking you first if it's okay. When you said yes, I bet he grabbed the axe for real.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
I would have reached the axe as I walked past.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
it's not an attack roll. It's him grabbing the axe.
Boop. 7.
Yep. As he
Lucky number
does,
7.
a bolt of lightning shoots out of Milo. And Hog, you take 4 points of lightning damage. But Milo, you are enriched with the power of this axe. And you all see Milo yeah, that's what happens. You all see Milo stand in front of Hog, and as he does, 2 large horns grow from his head. 2 like curly, massive ram's horns that curl to the sides in a spiral on either side of his head. And you don't see any of your comrades. You just see this ghost. And you have your movement and action. Milo.
How much additional? Like, cause I'm just thinking, I moved up 5 to get behind him, and probably another 5 to get around him. So I only have like 10 feet left.
Yeah. No, actually, you get a lot more movement.
Okay,
could
so yeah,
make it to him
what
if you
do I
wanted
get
to.
for that?
You can make it to him if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna go all the way up to the pool,
Sure.
like right up to him. I'll move my thing here.
As you step onto the water, you stand on top of it. Without sinking beneath the waves. And you feel like the water attempting now to purify you. But we will deal with that in a moment. You first make your attack versus the ghost. Give me a strength check.
Strength check. It's not a saving throw. Where is it?
Just hit the strength button on your dexterity sheet. It should be above
The very top
on your
left.
character
It's
sheet.
just
It's
literally
just
the word strength.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay,
hit the
got
word
it.
strength. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
Yeah,
18.
boy.
On the die.
Oh.
Yeah, that hits. So what I want you to do is roll 1d8 for the axe, plus your strength modifier. So
So
minus 1.
I rolled an 8. A
7.
modifier of a 1, so 7.
And then roll 2d8.
Dude.
6 and 7.
Yo, whoa. Wait.
Okay, so Milo grips in, like, latches into the power of this axe and swings out at the ghost. And the physical axe itself doesn't seem to do as much towards it, but you hear the screaming of these ghosts behind it as the axe swings through, but it seems to cut through other ghosts that have occupied this room as the haunted has made its presence known, and swings through all of them in one hit. You deal 13 plus 16 damage.
You say 13 plus 16?
No, just 16 total. As
Oh.
your axe swings through, and the ghost is not really happy with you. You're a whole new problem. You're a whole new problem. But it's not its turn yet. Hog, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Alright, I am going to cast Divine Favor. I'm gonna mutter a prayer.
Okay. Sound like you said it does an extra d4 of radiant damage on a hit, right?
D4 radiant damage on hit, yes.
Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to move toward the. Wait, let me see if I can move this much way. So wait. It's kind of weird because the.
It is. Here, give me just a moment here.
Map is a little bit different.
Yeah, the map
Where is
is
it?
a little bit different. I'm going to do this.
The right amount.
Boom.
1, 2, 3. Oh, you did it. Oh, wait. So I was there, right? I was next to.
Yeah, you were there.
Okay, 1, 2. Diagonal move is still 5, right?
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6. Sick. All right, I'm gonna move right there, and I'm going to attack with my with the glaive. I'm gonna attack with a physical weapon. I know that's not the best thing, but I got the radiant damage, so I'm just gonna go for it. King of ghosts, you're king of nothing. Your tenacity is impressive, but it's time to let go. And I'm gonna roll attack. Boop.
20 nat.
Nat
20.
20.
Nice.
You ever needed the good rolls?
Now is the time.
Say we needed the good rolls. All right, so I'm assuming
Pally smite that shit.
we're not hurting this ghost great. Like, it's going half damage, but I guess this is going to be a full hit. I got to roll damage too, sorry. Boop, boop. Jesus Christo. Cheez-Its crust.
18.
So it's 18 damage on the slash, and then just roll 2d4 for radiant damage because dice are doubled. So roll 2d4.
Oh, boys, guys. Boys.
Wow.
I can very think. 2d4. Boop. Did it. 1 plus 4, that's 5.
So hold on. All right, we're back at top of the round. You just did, in sum, 23 points of damage in that one hit. So
I think there's a lot of rage in my orcish blood, some betrayal, some sense of like deep hatred for this king that betrayed
Your people.
the orc.
Yeah.
And as that rage flies out, the glaive pierces through this form of this creature, and at first you see him like not really pay attention to it. Like at first he's like, this is just a physical glaive. And then that holy light shines through it. That power of the Lumistat impales him, and the light flashes, and it like shines from the inside of them, and then fires this smattering of this blue energy that just plasters itself against the walls and falls into this pool of purifying water. However, as the explosion clears, the Orcish king still floats. He seems less concrete, less permanent, but he seems to match the more ethereal figures that are around him. And he curses an Orcish curse. I must start again, it seems. Brahm,
Oh shit. Oh
it
shit.
is your turn.
Wait, can I? Is it? It would be an action to roll like a religion check, right?
Yes.
Cause like meta, I know what's going on, but my character couldn't say it unless he knew. So I guess that's my next turn.
You can give me a religion check. We'll see.
Okay.
More
Religion,
important than
something
your
I'm
nat 20
good
right here,
at.
man.
Oh, nice. An 18. As he says this, and you're looking at this ghost in front of you, you feel
Should I
as
say
though
my guess as the religion check, just to make it like more real, I guess, or
you can, or I can. You have a high enough roll. I can
like
just tell
that's
you what
his
happened.
I forgot what the name of it is. Like this guy's clear. Like we've read about the lichdom in the axe, in the inscription on the axe. And with a religion check, I would know that like a lich requires a phylactery. That's the word I was looking for. And this thing floating below him has been down here clearly for a long, long time. And him becoming more transparent, him with us doing this much damage to him, and him changing the sort of form, I would feel like there's a change in the way we need to approach the situation. And so you can tell me if I'm totally wrong, but
I would say
I
you're
wanted
pretty
to, I have
pretty
it clear
spot
that
on.
I want to tell everyone. Sorry, what?
I would say for the most part, you would understand that you damaged whatever form he was currently using to the extent that you believe that it is going to have to retreat. Basically, it's unable to do more. It may be too weak to do more right now. Right? Like you think that whatever it is that happened to it, like you know that Kronos is insanely powerful and has survived a long, long time. While you all did a lot of damage to him, you think that based on his comment, he's not done yet.
Right.
So, yeah, you it's a pretty good guess, I would say.
Okay.
Brahm, you are up.
Did he say any of that information out loud?
He would have, yes.
And I know Vaga's ultimately trying to capture him. He feels kind of weak now. Can I... How big does that chest look to me?
Like you could hold it in your hands, almost. Like it's like a box that would be maybe a foot long and half a foot wide.
Can I try to pull it out of the water and either open it or break it? I don't know what I can see on it. I can't tell if it's a...
You can try to grab it inside of the water, sure. You go over into the water. You have enough movement, and you grab it. As you hold on to it, you feel that the water around it is doing a lot to keep whatever magic is inside of it at bay. But you are able to make it to it and put your hands on it.
Any chance I can tell if does it feel positive or negative?
It feels like a lot of positivity is around something very negative.
Fuck. Can I open it in the water?
You can try. Would you like to try to open it?
I would like to try to open it under this purifying water.
Okay. As you look at it and you try to open it, you see that there are runes inscribed around the box that begin to glow as you attempt to open it. You have a pretty high arcana. I will let you do an arcana check before you try to open it.
I would love to do an arcana check.
That's a nat 1. You're pretty sure that you should open this, and you begin to open it. I'm going to give an athletics check for you.
I fail it ideally?
You do. You got an 11, which is not enough. But you try to open it, and you just... It seems a lot tougher to open than you thought, and you notice that the box is made of steel.
Okay.
It is the ghost's turn. Kronos looks at all of you in the room, looks over at Vaga, and then looks at this glowing halfling with this axe in hand, and he says, "It's not an orc, but it will do. And Milo, I need you to give me a very important charisma saving throw."
With advantage? Because axe?
21. I am the
Yeah!
reckoning.
Nice!
I am the reckoning. You will bow.
And the ghost you see kind of flows into Milo. And Milo looks at himself, holds the axe in hand, and you see those horns on his shoulder, his head tighten a little bit. The coil tightens a bit, and he, I would say, probably says out loud, "I am the reckoning." And the ghost appears on the far side of Milo, unable to possess him. Oof.
Like it just passed through him kind of a thing?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
passes through. Man, Vaga, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna try something here. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Because it's all right. I'm gonna move over here. I'm going to cast. That's what? Cast
Nothing.
light.
Does it flank?
Cast thaumaturgy on myself so that I'm speaking, and I want to do it so that I'm speaking all of the languages I know at one time. So that's Common,
Hello.
Draconic, Elvish, Halfling, and Orc. And
That's
That's right.
with my with one hand on my medallion, and another hand touching the water, saying, I call upon my god, Amun Ra, spirits of the crag, Mesor, all of the peoples who you've taken. I want to release these spirits from your grasp. Take yours as my own. Sort of like hold out my medallion to like at Kronos, who still kind of has the sacred flames around him. I
And
don't know what I have to roll for that.
I will give. This is the strength